When you're buying a property, you're going to have to work out what your deposit is going to be and what your investment is going to be in that transaction. Two very important calculations that you must get right. And I've seen so many investors get them wrong, and that messes up the ROI calculation. Let's go find out how it's done properly. So, calculating your deposit and your investment is a pretty simple calculation. Let's take the example of a house here. Let's say this particular house, we always draw the same kind of house. Let's draw it a little bit differently today with 3 windows. Or maybe we'll draw, I don't know. Anyway, but that's it, a chimney. Hey, that's what we can do. Right, let's say this house is $100,000, okay? And you want to buy this property. So we need to work out what your deposit is going to be. To do that, we need to really understand the finance that you're going to have on this house. If you're not taking finance, then obviously your deposit is going to be the full price of $100,000. But let's say you go to bank ABC. Don't know if they exist. If they do, apologies to Bank ABC. And let's say Bank ABC says, providing you qualify for this loan, you can actually borrow 80% of the value of the house, loan to value. Doesn't always work only on value. It's either value or purchase price, whichever is lower. But in this case, let's say the bank agrees with you, the property is worth $100,000 and agrees to lend you $80,000 to buy that particular property. Well, very simple calculation. That means your deposit here is $20,000. So that's how much deposit you have to put down from your pocket. That doesn't really tell us what the investment amount is. So to do that, we've got to work out the costs involved in buying this property. And there are always some costs involved. Those costs could range from paying the estate agent a finder's fee or an agency fee, surveying fees, valuation fees to the bank, mortgage arrangement fees, etc., etc. So in this case, let's just say, for example, those fees add up to 6% of the value of the property. So let's say our fees, total fees, maybe that also could include stamp duty or land taxes. I'm adding all that together. So in this case, that's another $6,000. So your deposit is going to be $20,000, but your total investment, so this is going to be your deposit, but your investment here is going to be $26,000. And that has a big difference in your ROI calculations, working how much money you're going to make. Sometimes people just look at this cost here, our deposit, and calculate their ROI, when really you should be using your investment amount, calculating your ROI. So if we say, in this example, this property goes up in value, let's say it goes up in value to $120,000 over, let's say, a year, which is fantastic. So now you've made $20,000 profit. So again, if you're selling the property, you may have some costs involved with selling the property. In some parts of the world, there are no costs involved in selling. And in some parts of the world, there are no costs involved in buying. But depends on where you are. You might have costs on both ends of the transaction. So let's just say over here, we've got $5,000 worth of costs involved in selling, maybe an estate agent's fee, or maybe you need to spruce up the property a little bit before selling it. So we're going to say your profit is $15,000. So if we're going to calculate your ROI, again, very simple calculation, our profit, which is $15,000, divided by our investment, which was $26,000. That should give us a percentage, and I can't do that off the top of my head, so I'll let you work out what that percentage is and put the answer in the comments below. But that's how you calculate your deposits and your investment amount when you are buying property. Two very important calculations. I can't stress how important it is to get these kind of calculations right, because it really changes your ROI calculation both on paper and in real life. So the more time you spend working out the numbers and analyzing your properties, the better deals you're going to make. And as always, good luck with your investing. I'm Sunil.